It's not a world of men.
I want you to be a man.
You could just be a man in this one moment.
I gotta be a man.
Be a man.
It's be a man time.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Am I supposed to be a man?
Be a man.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Be a man.
You can act like a man.
Be a man.
You know, speaking of taking a shit, though, the weird thing is I frequently do have to take a shit when I'm driving around. Does that happen to you a lot?
I'm pretty good with that, but my brother's a different story.
Can he control himself?
No.
Okay. See, I have that problem. I can't really control it. Now it's in my head that if I got to go, I got to go.
Yeah.
You can make it home? Or
Yeah, I have a roll of toilet paper in the car at all times, just
Yeah.
in case, you know.
Well, that's what I do. You know how some guys drive around with, like, flares and fucking oil and a flashlight and all that? Not me. I have toilet paper, medicated sphincter wipes, and that's my emergency roadside
That's good,
kit.
though. At least you take a shit in the road, you get nice and clean.
But once you break your cherry doing that, you'll never look for another men's room again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have a freedom.
Wait, they drive shit outside.
Think of the anxiety of looking for a men's room. Excuse me, you walk in. Do you have a men's room? You got to get a key. You got to go in the back. The door's locked. There's a guy in there. So once you say no more of that for me, you go behind the dumpster. Nice. Boom.
Yeah, why not? If you're going to take a piss outside, you can shit there, too.
Absolutely.
I just took a piss in the parking lot on the way up.
Right. And everybody has hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
So you take a shit. You freaking squirt a little of that stuff in your hand. And you're good to
Yeah.
go.
What's wrong with that?
Look for him. So I used to say to my father, I said, Dad, God, I almost shit my pants. He said, you know how many times people almost shit their pants? He goes, you know why they don't? They go, no, why? He goes, because the toilet's right there. They made it in time. Boom, so they don't shit their pants. He said, if it wasn't there, they would have shit their pants. I go, you do have a point there.
Well, my father was a mailman in Boston.
Yeah.
And in all seriousness, he was telling me a story about, you know, this route he was on and near State Street Bank back then.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, it's a good route. And he's like, you know, they got a good place to take a shit. And then he stopped and he said, that's important, you know. You know, 100% serious.
You know, being a mailman, see, already that gave me anxiety and a little flip in the stomach. Because saying you one of those walking mailmen, they had to walk all day long. How about if you had to take a shit and you deliver the mail, then you ring the doorbell and you say to the lady, look, I know I'm the mailman, but honest to God, can I use your bathroom? How do you control it all day? I feel men back in the day had more control of their sphincter because they didn't eat as much sucky food. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm pretty good with that, but my brothers have a problem. We've been at functions where they go, you know, we'll be sitting there and all of a sudden they get up holding their ass running to the bathroom. You know?
Let me ask you something. It's a little nasty, but it's happened to the best of us. Have you ever shit your pants?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Outside of
Yeah.
outside of the cabaret.
Yes.
Full.
25, 30 years ago. Maybe 30, 35 years ago.
Would you say it was a full load?
Oh, my God, yeah. I fucking was hammered.
What do you do?
Hard stuff.
Where'd you? How do you recover?
I called a cab, and the guy just drove me home. Back then.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, you
I
see-
told him, I said, sorry, I shit my pants.
That's why you've got to travel with a change of clothes, disguise,
Yeah.
and all that other stuff I mentioned, because you can't have this happen to you.
Yeah.
I one time shit my pants in New York City outside of an apartment. So I got keys to stay in somebody's apartment in New York, right? And I'd never been there before. It's brewing now. It's really percolating in the stomach. I'm putting the keys in. They're not working. They're not working. They're not working. I'm totally panic-stricken, right? They do not work. I stood there. I completely let go. I said, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. And I released. I was in the middle of the city. I had nowhere to go. A duffel bag of scared friggin' clothing. And I just stood there and went, it was happening. And then I gave it one more stab at the door, and I got in. It was a miracle. The only time in my life I was ever the recipient of a miracle, and that was it.
Be a man.
Experience!